What is going on, buddy?
Hello!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. When we left off, we're in court, hopefully for the final day, trying to tear everything apart. We're messing up. We're messing with Sorin's memory because his memory's already messed up. Apparently, we're trying to prove that he potentially got some kind of
amnesia problem
from the car accident with his sister. So let's see if that is going to be the case. You were involved in this car accident too, weren't you, Mr. Sprocket? And the shock of losing your beloved older sister is what caused you to develop your memory disorder.
I mean, I was thinking more, physical, but okay.
Yeah. Is this true, Mr. Sprocket? Shit. Where's the notebook?
Where is it? I don't remember.
Mr. Sprocket. It's true. That accident did something to my mind. But what?
Oh boy, sad
since
music.
that day, every time I go to sleep, I lose my memories.
Holy hell.
When I wake up, the most recent thing I can remember is the day I lost my sister.
Wow.
It's as if I'm constantly going back in time.
What? That's truly tragic.
An inconsolable time traveler who goes back in time whenever he goes to sleep.
Holy hell.
Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. So that's what Sorin meant. He was talking about himself.
He can never get over the grief because he just keeps going back. Oh my god.
And the reactions of the people around me each time I awoke made me aware of my condition. That's why I decided to write everything down in my notebook, so I could move forward. So the only memories you have since that day are the ones written in that notebook? That's right.
Jeez.
And since the page about your stabbing got stained, you couldn't read from it, could you? There's just one more thing I'd like you to clarify for me, Mr. Sprocket. Exactly what are your feelings towards the victim?
Yeah, because oh my god. How the...
Every day waking up realizing that man's right next to him that resulted in his sister's death. There's... Judge?
Mr. Sprocket's feelings towards Glue Mushrooms, right?
That's right, Your Honor. The witness said that every time he wakes up from sleep, his mind goes back to that day his sister died. But Mr. Wright, you can't mean... Mr. Sprocket. Your pent-up feelings of anger and resentment towards Mr. Gloomsbury for the accident were renewed each and every time you woke, were they not?
Damn. For how many years?
But you couldn't take it anymore, so you turned to murder. Isn't that right?
What? Mr. Wright, are you saying that the witness murdered Mr. Gloomsbury? For revenge?
Well, Mr. Sprocket?
Is it gonna be Ellen?
It's either gonna be Ellen or Pierce.
Yep, it's
Ellen. I figured Ellen would be the prime one, but Miss Wyatt.
Your Honor, I did it. I killed Mr. Gloomsbury.
Oh shit, here we go. No!
What?
What the fuck's going on in this
Why do
kangaroo
people
court?
always be like, no, I did it. I don't understand.
I don't get this power of love mumbo jumbo. But Miss Wyatt, what are you trying to do?
Oh, trust me, I know you don't.
Don't tell me you're thinking of going that route. Sorin is innocent. He can't be found guilty. Take me instead.
Ellen, please, try and get a hold of yourself.
Oh boy.
I guess she really meant it.
My Sorin didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who should be convicted.
Are we to understand that you're confessing your guilt?
No. Now wait just a minute here. Ellen, why would you cover for me? After I testified that I thought you must have killed him.
I'll admit I couldn't believe my ears at first. But all I want is for you to be happy. Your happiness is my happiness, Sorin.
Oh, God.
Oh.
But without my notebook, I'd even forget those feelings of yours by tomorrow.
Yeah, how does he
Knowing
stay
that,
in love with her? Like,
do you still feel this way?
Holy fuck, this got deep.
you've loved me all this time. The same way you did before the accident. Oh, that explains. That's how I know that you're the same person I've always loved. No disorder can change that.
So we're playing 50 First Dates, the video game. Got it. Ellen,
Oh.
Your Honor, there are 2 things I'd like to correct.
2 corrections? What are they?
First of all, I want to withdraw one of my statements. That's right, Dumas was killed by Ellen.
Oh boy.
Without memories to rely on, I took the police completely at their word. You can't be serious.
So that means Soren never really doubted Ellen in the first place, did he, Nick?
Ellen really does love Soren with all her heart. But in order to save her, still have to go after Soren. I hope you can forgive me, Ellen.
And what is your other correction, Mr. Sprocket?
The truth is, I never felt anger or resentment towards Dumas about my sister.
Huh.
What? Why not? That's because the one who caused the car accident was me. What? What?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is this survivor's guilt? What's happening?
Order! Order in the court! Please continue, Mr. Sprocket.
I'm the one who killed my sister. To protect my career and my future, my father made Dumas take the blame. In exchange for money and the position of lead servant.
Huh.
Oh boy! The plot thickens? A lot? So you see, Dumas must have held a grudge against me, and not the other way around. He must have attacked Ellen to get his revenge on me. Are you sure about all of this, Mr. Sprocket? Very sure. It's all been written down in detail in my notebook.
That notebook is important evidence supplying background to this case. I must insist you submit it as evidence.
Can we start reading some of it now? The lawyer said I had turned to murder, but that's just not true. However, it is true that my older sister and Dumas are both dead because of me and my negligence.
I just glanced through Mr. Sprocket's notebook. I got to read it, not you. I wasn't able to read the part about when you were stabbed with the bloodstains, ironically. But what's written here about the sister's car accident is exactly as he stated.
Your Honor, as long as it matches what's written in that notebook, can we still take the witness's testimony as valid in spite of his memory disorder?
Yes, I believe we can.
I understand now that the witness's memory is in disarray. But if what Mr. Sprocket himself wrote in this notebook is true, then that means by the time Mr. Sprocket's party reached the scene, the victim had already been killed. Edgeworth's right. I'm still in the same bind as before.
Man.
Should I really simply accept the contents of the notebook as a substitute for Sorin's memory?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Will you accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook as an official representation of his memories?
Will I accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook as an official representation of his memories? I'm gonna say no, but I want to read the notebook quick.
Can we?
Details. Sorin had been writing nothing but ideas. Oh, it's just... Okay, never mind.
Wait, you don't want to read that?
Well, it's just everything we learned. All of his adventures till March 8th, when he abruptly began to chronicle events of each day in excruciating detail. The details of the murder are legible by bloodstain. That's all it is, so. But, no, I reject it. Because I bet that shit was said by fucking Mr. Ding Dong.
Pierce?
Wait a minute, Your Honor, that's the one. The defense requests a chance to examine the notebook to see if it's trustworthy.
Very well, but be quick about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, how should we examine it?
I have an idea.
What?
I think it's going to show us the inside, and we need to keep track of, that's not what's important. Because we have, Bloomsbury's note here. We have his handwriting. We've never used this.
Grab Ellen when...
I don't think it's going to be this. I think it's going to be the handwriting. Because we have that, which is Gloomsbury's note that's smudged. And then we also... Oh, there was another one I thought. But I guess it's going to be just that, and we're going to see a difference in handwriting, maybe? That's my thought. Well, we should look at it from all different angles to see if there's anything suspicious. Are we going to have to do the thing?
Whoa.
It's got a
Pegamoo on there.
I'm gonna have to... Okay, I can still rotate it like this. I'm gonna look at the Pegamoo. Examine it, please. You just open it. Okay. There's no point if I don't look at what's inside. I have to open it. With your permission, Sword, here I go. Wait, I didn't give you permission yet.
God.
Yikes. Oh, it's just the page my eye got all stained. But I guess it's not going to be very helpful at this moment. I'll keep going.
Oh?
This is the last page where there's writing. Huh. It's not that this page doesn't sit right with me. Better take a closer look. Yeah, it's a little
torn?
fuckied. So let's look at the torn page. I'm trying to make everything work correctly. Huh? Page has been torn out. It looks like there was something written on it. Come on, game. There we go. Looks like a page has been torn out of here. Mr. Sprocket, do you know what was written on it? No. Oh, that? I often tear out a page when I write somebody a note. Probably wrote something down for somebody, tore it out and gave it to them.
Oh yeah, he does that thing.
Yeah, the paper airplane thing. Looks like such a clean rip and fold job, though.
Yeah.
Such a clean paper airplane.
Really
No,
quickly.
not the eyeball. Ah. All right. Oh, yeah. That solves that, then. Shut the fuck up. Wait a minute. We can't ignore the possibility that something important was written on that page.
Shut the fuck up.
But now that the page has been torn out, how can we determine what was written there?
Well, let's see. To find what was written in the notebook, we should...
Hold it up to the light, heat it with a lighter, or use fingerprint powder.
Maybe because the one thing that I thought of is that, like, because, I mean, it's like when you write things, it can sometimes, like, leave imprints on the page behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know if fingerprint powder would help us find those imprints on the page behind it.
Light might, too.
I don't think...
But we could try fingerprint powder.
We technically got some from Emma long ago. It's about time to use it. I'm so good at what I do.
Nice.
If we use fingerprint powder on the notebook, we might be able to see what was written.
Fingerprint powder? How would that help us find out what was written there?
Well, if the writing left indentations on the blank page behind it, fingerprint powder could make the small indentations visible to the naked eye.
Indentions?
Oh, stop. You don't know how to speak. Fingerprint powder would only sully the notebook further.
Mr. Wright, if you use the powder and still don't find anything, you must accept the notebook as a representation of the witness's memories.
All right, Your Honor. I understand. If I don't find anything, it's all over anyway.
Yeah.
Powder, don't fail me now! I will now use fingerprint powder on the blank page. Find out if we can see what was written on the torn out page.
Now don't go crazy with it.
I don't know if first I touch a spot to dust it with fingerprint powder. When I've dusted enough powder, I blow into the mic, which I can't do, so I'm gonna press buttons to blow the excess powder away. If something should appear, I should touch Analyze to point out what came up, and then touch Confirm. Okay, I would like to go this way, and I'm going
Remember, you only have a
to
set amount, too.
Dust. Dust. Oops. Dust,
God.
dust.
Remember, you have a set amount.
I know. Just give me a fucking second here. I
Also,
got
go
this.
closer to...
Listen, the controls are really weird with it, so...
Get
I can
closer to it. I meant closer to the actual torn part where there's other writing. Yeah.
You know, I suppose that would make sense.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Fucking idiot.
Shit, I hate the
Why
controls
would
of
you
this
go
so much.
up there?
I don't know, man. Whoa. Well,
What? What?
this is what I get. Now that's the top part though, so that was important still.
You need more on the
I know,
right-hand
I
side.
see that there's more on the bottom, but I gotta get all that stuff off, so. I need to go down here, and then I go boof, boof, boof. And then oh, well that's awkward.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dumas.
Boof.
You can't
Alright.
see it because but you need more up there.
Well, no, I think we have enough to where we can analyze what's in the square. So firstly,
no.
it'll be fine. I can almost guarantee you this will be fine.
I don't care if it's not fine or
Listen,
not. It's for my own perfectionism.
Listen, the perfectionism is going to take us a while.
Not really.
It looks like I didn't get what...
Ha!
Fine,
Ha!
I guess I better dust a
Fuck
little
you!
more. Oh, no, I'm still on the analyze thing. Shit, no, get me out of analyze mode. Go back to Dusty. I want to be a dust boy. Okay.
And the front. There, right, yeah.
And then, bah. No, blow more is that fucking... I hate these controls so much. I have to go up more. Get it off the screen. Here we go.
You will be enough.
Dumas took Ellen to the Vista deck. This has to do with the case. There might be some other important message here too then. Is it good enough? I wonder what the no fucking stop. And then do that. Boof, boof. And then I gotta get a little bit of that out of the way because it's like, oh, it's stuck there. Shit.
The eye part was there.
It says, I struck and killed Dumas. This is huge.
Yeah. It's a confession, essentially.
Unless someone else wrote in there.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I struck and killed Dumas. That's what was written on the torn out page.
What?
It can't be.
I don't believe it. There has to be some kind of mistake. Soren would could never. Oh.
I kind of expect that. Miss Wyatt.
Bailiff, please get the defendant to the infirmary at once.
Oops. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's your book back. You can go and hold it now.
I wonder if Pierce ripped that out when
Probably.
he had the notebook.
Oh yeah, because this whole thing's protecting the family, so.
Apparently, the defendant got too worked up. She's resting in the infirmary as we speak. Now then, please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. This notebook is all Mr. Sprocket has to remember things by. With this critical page torn out, not even Sprocket himself knew the truth of what he'd done. I'm the one who killed Dumas?
Oof.
So it wasn't Ellen. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh.
Mr. Sprocket, does this mean you were at the crime scene during the murder after all? I guess I must have been. Let's see, he can't remember anything right now, so...
He's like, I guess so.
But, Mr. Sprocket, can we really believe what's written in this notebook? Nobody touches the notebook but me. When I sleep, it's under lock and key. I don't remember writing that I killed Dumas, but I guess I must have.
But, well, now that we have a confession, I'm afraid I must render my verdict.
Of all the... Yes, Your Honor. Please give your ruling now while Ellen is asleep.
Oh.
I want the woman I love to be set free as soon as possible.
Oh my god. Soren really does love Ellen after all, doesn't he?
Yeah. This is how it ends? But is that how it really went down?
Nick, why'd you say yeah like that?
Because I'm in thought.
How?
I bet that when Mr. Pierce took the notebook from us to go give to him the other day, he probably wrote these fake messages and yoinked it out of the fucking book to make it seem like... So, but that would kind of go against everything that he's supposed to be for.
It would.
But why would this happen?
I don't
Is
know.
there really no way for them both to be happy?
I know we should consider anything written in the notebook to be the truth, but still.
I myself wrote of the crime in my notebook. No further proof is necessary. Soren himself wrote it in his notebook. Wait a minute.
Very well. I will now give my verdict.
Ellen is about to be found not guilty and Soren to be convicted for the crime instead. And yet, am I really ready for the judge to give his ruling?
No.
No.
We haven't had a
No.
big witness breakdown yet.
Exactly.
That's how we know he didn't
No.
do it.
Not when there's still one more avenue left to explore.
Half joking.
This court finds the defendant Ellen Wyatt. What?
Fucking hold it. Your Honor, there's still something that bothers me about that notebook.
Oh, is there?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? All you have to do is keep quiet and your client's a free woman. It's like you've forgotten what I do.
Yeah.
I know, but I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye, like a transformer.
Oh, God.
I'm not quite sure yet. think
I
there
didn't
still
say it
might
just
be a
so that
way.
I would let you have it for once.
A way for Ellen and Soren to be happy.
What do you mean by more than meets the eye, Mr. Wright? Are you talking about Transformers? My grandson loves Transformers.
I believe the question here, Your Honor, should be, why was the incriminating page torn out in the first place?
Why, to destroy the evidence, I would imagine.
But removing it from the notebook is the same as removing it from Mr. Sprocket's memory, which means he wouldn't have been able to trick the police if he came under suspicion. Now, if he wanted to cover up his crime, he would have to remember that he had done it. Just what are you getting at with this line of inquiry, Mr. Wright?
Yes, please explain it so that we can all understand.
Yes, Your Honor. The page was torn out of the notebook because
You want to figure out what happened? It was torn out by
Somebody else tore it
accident.
out.
Somebody else tore it out.
someone else fucking did the shit.
Mm-hmm.
The incriminating page was torn out by somebody else.
But what?
Who do you think tore it out?
That's a great fucking question. I don't know who else is fucking involved in this shit.
Order! You're claiming a third person interfered with the notebook?
It's not all that surprising if you consider what's happened up until now. After both the car accident and the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury, there was always a cover-up not far behind. But I had my notebook with me at all times.
Not when you're unconscious at the hospital.
Did you? Because I remember you were in a panic yesterday because you couldn't find it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Pierce was like, here it is.
So who orchestrated this particular cover-up, Mr. Wright?
If we think back over the course of the trial, it's pretty easy to guess. The one who may have tried to tamper with Soren's memory is
We know.
Mr. Pierce Nickety Bitch.
Pierce Nickety bitch.
The one who tampered with the notebook in order to manipulate Mr. Sprocket's memory is Pierce Nickety.
I can't with that name.
Pierce Nickety.
It's so dumb.
Pierce? Pierce tried to tamper with my memories? Pierce was manipulating me? Case in point, the two receptions that were held to cover up the murder. It was Mr. Nickety who directed the guests and orchestrated the entire scheme. No, it can't be. I wish my memories are mine and which have been rewritten.
Oh my
When did
god.
you start rewriting my memories? Who wrote this? And this? And this?
Holy
And
shit.
this? And this? And this? We've just caused a... Ah! Uh-oh.
Okay.
Bye? He literally took off.
What?
What the
Oh my
fuck?
god, he's stuck in the chandelier. Oh no. Somebody call Sia.
Look, Nick, he's coming back down.
Houston, we've landed.
My memories... Ellen.
Oh boy.
Mr. Sprocket.
Bailiff, please get Mrs. Sprocket to the infirmary on the double.
He's having a crisis.
There's a lot of crises happening today.
Whew-wee.
God first, the waifu, now the husbando. Who else gonna pass out
Oh
next?
my god.
It could be you. Mr. Sprocket has been taken to the infirmary. We don't have to worry about him running away, so let us resume where we left off.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call Pierce Nickety to the stand. We already know he carried out the cover-up to protect the company and Mr. Sprocket. What more do you want from him? And this time it's different. The notebook, or rather Mr. Sprocket's memories, have been tampered with. That means the only person who knows the whole truth is now Mr. Nickety. Don't tell me. Are you actually trying to drum up a third suspect in order to exonerate the defendant and her groom?
Yes.
I'm not drumming up anything, nor do I have grounds to accuse him of anything. Yet. All I know is that Mr. Nickety is the only one who knows the truth. And I think he's still hiding something.
Definitely.
Something we don't know about yet. Huh. No grounds yet, is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution consent to calling the witness to the stand?
It does, Your Honor. However, I would like a little time to talk with the witness before we do.
Very well. We'll break for a 20-minute recess.
Well, that's not fair. I'm the one who needs to talk to him.
Yeah.
Don't tell him to lie to my face. David Edgeworth!
Well, Edgeworth wouldn't do that. He wants truth.
I know. Well,
But he also wants to win.
yeah, he also wants to win. he had some interesting times back in the day with him. You know, he was never always forthright with everything.
Forthright.
Hey,
Doesn't seem to be right sometimes either.
nah, it's a very complicated relationship.
On Facebook, it would be under the "it's complicated."
That's putting it lightly. Now I'll have to face Pierce on the stand. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. One thing's for sure, he won't be an easy adversary.
He looks like a Kingdom Hearts villain, literally. So, do you think Pierce did it?
It's too early to say anything at this point, but I do think he's still hiding something.
Oh God, you!
Why would you pin everything on sore loser back then?
Excuse you?
Looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen. If this Pierce guy is the real bad guy,
Larry, fuck
then
off!
Sora and my Ellen will live happily ever after all together.
God,
Larry?
stop!
That's not the kind of thing a decent human being says.
Shame on you, Larry!
Oh, boo. You think I don't know? I know I have to give up on my Ellie.
Then stop calling her your Ellie!
Promise you'll make her happy. She deserves a happily ever after. I'm sure Sora will make her happy once all of this is said and done.
Fucking creep!
Trial's about to resume, Mr. Rat.
Anyway.
All right. You ready, Maya?
Yep, let's go.
You go get him, Nick. I'll be rooting for you, Nick.
Be quiet.
I didn't think he'd actually say something. I thought he'd be too busy fucking crying in the corner, kicking and screaming like a little baby. Oh, boy.
He makes me so tired.
You don't even have to be the one to voice him.
No.
Think of how I feel.
I have to listen. You know?
I do apologize.
This court is now back in session. Witness, please take the stand. You sussy baka.
Oh, boy.
You look like you'd have a breakdown animation. You got all kinds of things that could explode on you. Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Pierce Nickety. I'm the Sprocket family butler. Let's get straight to the point, Mr. Nickety. Someone tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. And that person was you, wasn't it? That is correct. What about it? Well, that was easy. So why did you do it? Why did you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I will tell you the truth.
Will you?
It pains you? That is correct. My testimony will go against Master Soren's wishes. Soren's wishes? What is he talking about?
Is he still trying to get it on Ellen?
He's probably going to try his best.
Uh-huh.
Unless... Because, I mean, if he did it, then he's going to take the out for himself, most likely at this point, and put it on him. But there's a chance he can try and turn it back on Ellen. I've rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed. I saw the sun in Gloomsbury collapsed, and Master Soren writing in his notebook. Master Soren said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen. But went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body. He is trying to put it back on Ellen.
Yep. Because he doesn't want to get rid of, Soren, because the family,
Yeah.
but...
Wait a second. Well, Mr. Sprocket was writing in his notebook at the time. Could it be? It was meant to be a confession. The mission he killed Gloomsbury himself. Game. Thank you. He wrote that measure to take the blame for Miss Wyatt. That is correct. Mr. Soren did hit Gloomsbury with the timekeeper to save Miss Ellen. Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all. However, that blow did not kill Mr. Gloomsbury. That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it. Enraged, Gloomsbury tried to attack Master Soren, but was already seriously wounded. But just in the nick of time, Miss Ellen hit Gloomsbury from behind and finished him off, it would seem. The one who inflicted the fatal blow was the defendant.
Again, that shouldn't be a crime.
Yes, that is
but-
correct. But Master Soren tried to take it all of the blame onto himself.
No way! This is pretty bad, Nick.
No kidding. Pretty bad is an understatement. Well,
It's
Mr. Wright.
very pretty bad.
Seems your decision to call for Mr. Nickety has backfired. But the true culprit behind the case remains the defendant, Ellen Wyatt. Could this get any worse? But Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot, and I bet he still has something to hide.
Because he has that pocket watch.
Oh yeah, we haven't used that picture yet.
Because he has motive.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. Not
like-
that anyone apparently has fucking noticed yet,
No.
but well, we're going to go into this cross-examination and figure out what the fuck you've done, sir,
And break him down.
next time.
Oh, gosh.
I can't wait to watch your mind snap in half. I want to snap you in half like a twig, buddy. Just take that fucking R2-D2 fake little shit off your shoulder and throw him on the ground and get rid of all that work you put into that fucking thing. You don't deserve that cool little thing, okay?
He probably has a backup somewhere.
And I'll find it and smash it
Oh,
too.
no, because he's the repair. He could fix it.
Well, good luck fixing it from prison.